Hey everybody, it's the 13th Wolfman. You know what? This is a video response from my buddy, the Movie Phantom. The Movie Phantom, the Movie Phantom has done his top 3. That's what it was. Man. Brain fart in there, buddy, I'm sorry. So his top 3 this week are, there are a few movies out there, classic horror, not just classic, but there are a few horror films out there that are getting turned into TV shows. Scream for MTV. Suspiria is getting turned into a TV show, which I'm actually looking forward to because it's supposed to be about the 3 mothers. Not just the ballet school in Germany in the 1970s, where they're supposed to go back to like the 1700s, and we learn about the 3 mothers, that each of the movies is based around. I'm looking forward to that. So he says, what horror films would you like to see turned into TV shows, if done right? Now, if done right, okay, I'm all for it. I mean, Bates Motel seems to be taking off and doing well. They've got Hannibal. I don't know if that's doing great, but I know that they've already done 2 seasons of it already. Dracula, I don't know if that did very well. I don't know if it got canceled or what, but so they're trying. They're trying to appease the horror fan. And so I've been thinking about it for a lot. I've known about this question for a couple of days now, and I've just been racking my brain trying to think. And he wants you to answer. Well, he wants me to answer. When he says you, he's talking to me. I already could be talking to everyone out there that doesn't know. He's saying he wants us to answer, but he doesn't want us to use examples that he gave. And the examples were Halloween, Scream, Bates Motel, Suspiria. I threw in Dracula and Hannibal myself, but because they've already been done. So, without further ado, my number 3 would be Fright Night. And when I say Fright Night, I'm talking about a TV based off of the original movie, not that piece of crap that they put out with Colin Farrell. Where Peter Vincent is a horror movie host, and Charlie Brewster's just a geek, and Evil Ed is Evil Ed, not some. I hated Evil Ed in the remake. So Fright Night would be. I don't want to say get the original actors, but we can pick up a 20 years later. You think that the vampires are gone. No one's heard from Jerry Dandridge, and Charlie Brewster has a son or a daughter or something like that. They move into a neighborhood where there's already a vampire following. It's kind of like reverse. In the original Fright Night, the vampires moved into the neighborhood. In this one, they move into a neighborhood and they find out that they don't see their neighbors during the daytime. It's kind of weird, that we got this teenage son and he's our daughter, and they got no one to hang out with, because no one's there to play with, no one's there to hang out with. I say play like they're like 10-year-olds, but whatever. So they did a little bit of investigating, and Charlie Brewster, since he's older and he survived the Fright Night. It's 30 years later. He does a little investigating. He finds out that everyone that lives in this neighborhood works graveyard shifts or something like that, and it's just weird. And that's where I would go with it. And then we delve into the mythology. I mean, Fright Night could have been expanded upon so hugely. So that's number 3. Number 2, The Howling. I've always wanted to see I love The Howling. I like The Howling too, but that's pretty much it. But with The Howling, the whole thing took place at this compound, for lack of a better word, where all these people were werewolves. And at the end, if you haven't seen the movie, sorry, spoiler, at the end, Dee Wallace, wolfs out. Probably the prettiest werewolf you'll ever see. So she wolfs out, and you kind of hear a gunshot. Okay, that's fine and all. But are we to believe that this compound was the only compound ever to have werewolves? I mean, if they're a pack-like society, there's got to be other pack-like societies out there. And I'm saying you take the husband character, spin him off into a TV show where he spends his time looking for, chucking down werewolves and werewolf compounds. And on occasion, it goes off the rails off somewhere, and he winds up chasing down trolls or something like that. But it's mainly a werewolf thing. But he like I said, on occasions, vampires, trolls, whatever you want. So that's number 2. Number 1 would be, oh man, I want to see like the movie Strangeland with Dee Snider. I mean, I've been waiting for a sequel forever. Captain Howdy is like one of the creepiest characters ever made. I would love to see a takeoff on that. I'm not quite sure how you would develop that. Do you bring Captain Howdy back? Do you dive more into the cyber stalking side of it? Where I don't know if you'd actually use Captain Howdy or if you just create another cyber stalker, creep out victim. But those would be the 3 that I would choose. So Friday Night, The Howling, and Strangeland. Tell me what you think. Leave the comments below. Subscribe, share, like, and go check out the movie Phantom. Honestly, I mean, he's a buddy of mine, yeah. We're pretty copacetic when it comes to, doing videos for each other. If you go over to his thing, he'll say, I'm doing a video response for the 13th Wolfman. You come over to mine, it's like, I'm doing a video response for the movie Phantom. That's pretty hand in hand when it comes to us, But yeah, he's a really cool guy. He knows his stuff. He calls himself phony and fake all the time, but he really isn't. He's not a poser. He's a horror fan. With that, I'm the 13th Wolfman. I'm on the prowl.